All right, number 6. Let's go. And by the way, guys, remember, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask.
It's often considered a kind of mystery why Adam Smith didn't write more clearly about the Industrial Revolution. Let's look at this one a little more closely. One striking fact is that there really is a lot of history in The Wealth of Nations, whether it's history of medieval times, history of the collapse following the Roman Empire, history of silver prices, history of the colonies, or history of the East India Company. But can we look in that book and actually see also a history of the Industrial Revolution? That's a lot less clear. It's definitely the case that Smith clearly saw the rise of consumer society, which in today's world looks a bit like this photo, but in mid-18th century Great Britain was already well underway. It's perhaps when you look at Smith's discussions of the rise of towns and nobles spending their money on baubles and trinkets rather than supporting workers on the land that you can see this in Smith most clearly. So, to the extent the Industrial Revolution was first and foremost a consumer revolution, as has been stressed by such contemporary writers as McKendrick, well, in that regard, Smith, in a way, did see the onset of the Industrial Revolution. He just didn't focus so much on all those machines. You don't get the sense reading Smith that he understood that the modern world would end up looking a bit like this, and that there could be discontinuous jumps in the command of humanity over, say, energy and material resources. Instead, Smith is still quite worried about the notion of keeping capital intact, as is reflected by his analysis of productive and unproductive labor, and he actually suggests it's agriculture which stands the greatest chance of keeping capital intact and extending it.
All right, now this piece was, I would say this is extremely difficult, right? Some questions in the PT are kind of designed to be targeted at the students who are going for like band 8 or band 9, 79 to 90, essentially, right? So if you didn't really understand what that one was talking about, please don't worry too much. It is one of those very difficult pieces. When you get a hard piece like this, let's say you're only pushing for like maybe a 60 or 65, and you can't really understand it. In this kind of situation, your best bet is just to write down as many keywords as you can hear, right? And at that point, it's a bit of a gamble, right? Hopefully, if you get lucky, you get some of the good keywords. And then use maybe like a template or something to complete your piece of writing. Okay. Would anybody actually like to attempt that one? That one was a really tough one. Does anyone want to have a go? No, if you want, I'll just tell you roughly what that one was talking about. So there was this guy called Adam Smith, right? Wrote a book about the Industrial Revolution, right? But his book was, let's call it a biased history. Okay, so you heard at the beginning, this guy was commenting a lot about different types of histories, right? However, this Adam Smith guy, he was claiming that his book was a bit of a weird history. It focused on the wrong thing, okay? So he did not focus, right, on the machines, right, and production of the revolution. So in other words, when we think about the Industrial Revolution, we think about, you know, all the machines, all the production and stuff like that. But this Adam Smith guy, when he wrote his book, he wasn't really concerned about that, right? Instead, right, he focused, right, on capital, right, and who controlled the wealth. Okay. Plus, he made some incorrect assumptions, like agriculture being the most powerful force, right, in economics, or something like that. So in other words, it's just saying that this Adam Smith guy, his view or his writings about the Industrial Revolution were kind of very different from what we normally think of mainstream. Right. Now, if you don't know what the Industrial Revolution is, don't worry too much about this. Okay, this is an example of a very technical historical piece. It's not just a historical piece, it's also kind of like a writing critique or book review. So this is a kind of text which you don't see very much, but they do exist in the PT. Yeah, awesome. Right, if you are interested, right, I definitely recommend you can have another look at this particular lecture, although it is very difficult. It might be easier if you download like the transcripts, the written text version of it. That makes it a lot easier for you to identify which ones are the topic sentences and the important points.